Welcome back, coin enthusiasts and collectors. Today, we are diving deep into the fascinating world of United Kingdom 10 new pence coins. These small but precious coins have captured the attention of collectors worldwide due to their historical significance, unique features, and rarity. In this video, we will explore the top 6 most valuable 10 new pence coins, examining their history, distinctive characteristics, market value, and what makes them truly priceless in the eyes of collectors. Whether you are a seasoned numismatist or a casual collector, this guide will help you understand why these coins command such high prices at auctions around the globe. So let's get started. First up, we uncover the surprising value behind one very unusual piece: the United Kingdom 10 new pence 1970 coin in a dark black color shade condition. At first glance, this coin may seem ordinary, but collectors know something special. Unique toning, rare variants, and pre-decimal transition history can push the value of certain coins to incredible heights. If you own a 10p from 1970 with an unusual black or dark-toned appearance, you'll definitely want to watch until the end, as some of these pieces have shocked collectors with their unexpected auction prices in dollars. The 10 new pence coin was first introduced in 1968 as part of the United Kingdom's decimalization process, which officially took place in 1971. Although the UK used the decimal system from 1971 onward, the Royal Mint continued striking 1970 dated coins for souvenir sets and pre-decimal goodbye sets. These coins were never released into circulation and were normally found in brilliant condition inside mint packs. This makes the 1970 10p coin different from circulating pieces. It belongs to a special batch created for collectors. However, over time some coins from these sets began to develop unusual toning due to environmental exposure, especially if the packaging was damaged or stored improperly. The dark black shade coins are extremely uncommon and have become popular among collectors who seek coins with unique appearance, patina, or minting variations. The 1970 10 new pence coin features the iconic crown lion, a symbol representing strength and authority in British heraldry. The design, created by Christopher Ironside, showcases bold detailing and strong relief that stands out prominently. On the obverse, you'll find the youthful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Mackin, which was widely used on UK coins minted from 1968 to 1984. What truly makes this coin special is the dark black color shade developed over decades. This toning can occur due to oxidation, chemical reactions with air, or long-term storage in non-acid-free conditions. While toning usually lowers the value of ordinary coins, in rare cases, especially when the color becomes uniform and visually striking, collectors appreciate it as a unique natural transformation. A 1970 10 new pence coin with smooth, eye-appealing black toning stands out dramatically from standard silver-colored examples. Although the 1970 10 new pence coin is not rare in its standard form, the dark black toning variation is extremely scarce. Most original pieces remain bright due to being stored in their sealed collector sets. Only a very small number have developed this deep dark appearance, making them appealing to collectors who specialize in unusual patina, mint set coins, or rare visual varieties. Additionally, because 1970 was the final year of the large-size 10 pence before later redesigns, these coins are already popular. Combine that with a rare color transformation, and the demand becomes even stronger. Collectors worldwide, especially those in the United States, have paid impressive amounts for well-preserved, uniquely toned examples. The value of a 1970 10 new pence coin in a rare dark black shade can vary significantly depending on visual appeal, intensity of tone, and overall condition. While a standard 1970 10 pence from a mint set usually sells for a modest amount, a uniquely toned example can capture far higher prices. In online marketplaces and numismatic auctions, coins with deep, even black toning have been reported selling anywhere from $150,000 to $2,000, depending on the buyer's interest and the coin's eye appeal. In rare cases where the coin displays exceptional uniformity and glossy dark shading, collectors may pay even more, especially if the coin retains sharp details and minimal contact marks. As interest continues to grow in unusual toned coins, the premium for these rare condition pieces is expected to rise. Collectors who manage to secure a visually striking example often consider it a standout addition to their early decimal UK collection. If you own a 1970 10 new pence coin and want to know whether it's valuable, the first step is to avoid cleaning or polishing it. Cleaning can instantly destroy the natural toning that makes the coin desirable. Instead, store it in a soft, acid-free holder or airtight capsule to prevent further environmental damage. For buyers, make sure to check the authenticity of the coin and ensure that the dark shade is natural toning, not artificial coloring. Professional grading services can help in determining originality. Finally, if you plan to sell your coin, consider listing it in international auctions where coin collectors appreciate toned varieties. Especially those in the United States, where toned coins often attract premium bidding. The United Kingdom 10 new pence 1970 coin may seem ordinary at first glance, but when found in a rare dark black shade, it becomes a truly unique collectible worth far more than its face value. With historical significance, strong demand, and eye-catching toning, these coins have proven to be surprising treasures in the world of numismatics. Next up, we explore a coin that many people overlook but collectors deeply appreciate. The United Kingdom 10 New Pence 1977, especially those rare examples found in rusty or brown-toned condition. While most casual collectors assume that a rusty or discolored coin is worthless, the truth is far more surprising. Some of these coins with unusual aging effects, combined with specific minting and historical factors, have sold for impressive amounts at auctions. So, stay with us as we uncover the true rarity, background, and potential big money value of this overlooked 10 pence coin. The 10 New Pence coin was introduced in 1968 as part of the UK's decimalisation process, replacing the old florin while keeping the same size and metal composition. The 1977 issue was struck during a period when millions of these coins were in circulation, yet only a fraction remain today in collectible condition. This coin reflects Britain's transitional era when the Royal Mint was still establishing the new decimal coinage system. Though not a commemorative year, 1977 remains notable for the Queen's Silver Jubilee, which increases public interest in coins from that period. Over decades, many circulated coins suffered corrosion, dulling, or rust-like toning, creating unusual surfaces that sometimes attract specialist collectors. The 1977 10 New Pence coin carries a detailed design by Christopher Ironside, showing the majestic crown lion passant, an iconic symbol of British heraldry. The obverse features the young portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Arnold Mackin. What makes some 1977 coins unique today is the rusty or brownish toning, caused by environmental exposure, chemical reactions, or storage in humid places. Although corrosion is normally seen as damage, certain collectors appreciate such naturally aged surfaces, especially when the toning forms unique patterns or shades. These variants become one-of-a-kind pieces, often referred to as era-like environmental effect coins, which stand out from standard examples. While the 1977 10p had a large mintage, the number of coins that remain today with attractive rust-tone patina and still maintain strong details is extremely small. Collectors who focus on environmental toned coins, minting anomalies, and unique aging patterns often compete for such pieces, especially if the coin still remains structurally intact. In addition, coins from the 1970s era are becoming more collectible every year as younger collectors delve deeper into pre-1992 larger 10 pence coins. The demand increases when the coin shows both historical aging and aesthetic uniqueness, which is why rusty yet visually appealing coins are treated as special finds rather than simple damaged pieces. The value of a rusty 1977 10 New Pence coin varies depending on the appearance, tone pattern, degree of corrosion, and overall eye appeal. Ordinary corroded pieces may only sell for a few dollars, but rare and attractive rusty-toned examples have been known to reach $125,000 in online auctions. In some bidding situations where the patina is unusual or artistic-looking, collectors have pushed the price toward $146,000 or even slightly higher. Particularly striking pieces with deep brown, orange, or multicolored rust patterns, while retaining readable details, often achieve the highest values. As interest in vintage decimal coins continues to rise, some of these unusual condition coins may see even stronger values in the future. If you have or wish to collect a 1977 10 New Pence coin in rusty condition, avoid aggressive cleaning. Cleaning can strip away the natural patina, reducing its appeal and value dramatically. Instead, store the coin in a dry environment using protective holders to prevent further uncontrolled corrosion. When buying, look for coins with natural, even, and visually attractive toning rather than harsh pitting or damage. Check auction records, collector groups, and vintage coin forums to understand what types of rust-toned coins generate the strongest bidding. Patience is key. Unique coins appear rarely, and selling at the right time can significantly increase your return. The United Kingdom 10 New Pence 1977 may seem like an ordinary decimal coin, but certain rusty condition examples carry surprising collector value. With historical context, unique aging patterns, limited surviving examples in appealing tone, and rising collector demand, these coins can fetch impressive amounts in the market. Whether you are a beginner searching through old coin jars or a seasoned collector exploring niche varieties, this coin represents an exciting opportunity. Always look closely. Sometimes the most unexpected, worn, or rusty piece can be the real treasure. Next up, we are diving deep into the fascinating world of rare United Kingdom coins, focusing on one particularly valuable piece, the 10 New Pence coin from 1970 in fine condition. This coin is not just a piece of currency. It's a remarkable collectible that has captured the attention of numismatists and investors around the world. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone just starting to explore the thrilling universe of rare coins, this video will guide you through the history, unique features, rarity, and current market value of this intriguing coin. By the end, you'll understand why the 1970 10 new pence is considered a must-have for serious collectors. The 10 new pence coin was introduced in 1968 as part of the United Kingdom's decimalisation process, which aimed to modernize the currency system by moving away from the old pounds, shillings, and pence. By 1970, the 10 new pence coin had become a widely recognized denomination in circulation. This coin carries historical significance because it represents a transitional period in British currency, bridging the gap between pre-decimal and decimal money. The 1970 issue holds additional interest because it was among the early years of the 10 new pence series. At the time, coins were struck in cupronickel, with a composition of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving the coin durability and a distinctive silvery appearance. Collectors often value early decimal coins not just for their age, but also for their connection to this significant period of British monetary history. The 1970 10 new pence coin is distinguished by several notable features. On the obverse side, it features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin, which remained in use for several years and is celebrated for its elegance and precision. The reverse side displays a crowned lion, a symbol of British strength and heritage, crafted by designer Christopher Ironside. The coin's fine detailing, precise engraving, and clean strike make it particularly appealing to collectors. Additionally, the edge of the coin is milled, giving it a refined finish and helping prevent counterfeiting. Coins in fine condition from this period show minimal wear, with the intricate design elements still clearly visible. This preservation of detail is rare, as most coins circulated heavily and lost their sharpness over time, making well-preserved examples highly sought after in the collector market. The 1970 10 new pence coin is considered rare for several reasons. First, the mintages for early decimal coins were lower than for later years, meaning fewer coins were produced overall. Many of the coins from this era were used daily, resulting in significant wear and loss, which makes coins that survived in fine or better condition extremely scarce. Collectors prize this coin not only for its age, but also for its historical context and aesthetic appeal. High demand stems from its status as an early decimal coin and the fact that examples in fine or uncirculated condition are increasingly difficult to find. Numismatic auctions often see competitive bidding for this coin, especially among collectors focused on British decimal coinage. The market value of a 1970 10 new pence coin in fine condition can vary depending on factors like overall preservation, patina, and demand at auction. On average, these coins can fetch between $127,000 in private sales, while coins with exceptionally well-preserved details or graded by professional services can command prices upwards of $145,000 or more in competitive auction environments. Prices have steadily increased in recent years, reflecting the growing interest in early decimal coins and their scarcity in collectible condition. It's important to note that coins with minor scratches or corrosion may still hold value, but pristine examples are rare and therefore drive the highest prices. Collectors should always consider professional grading to maximize the coin's market potential. For those looking to add a 1970 10 new pence coin to their collection, a few tips can make a significant difference. First, always verify the coin's condition carefully. Coins in fine or better condition are more valuable, so inspect the edges, design details, and surface for signs of wear or damage. Second, seek coins from reputable dealers or auctions to ensure authenticity. Counterfeit coins do exist, and provenance can impact both value and resale potential. Third, consider having the coin professionally graded by services such as NGC or PCGS. Graded coins often sell for a premium because buyers have confidence in their condition and authenticity. Lastly, store your coins properly. Avoid exposure to moisture, direct sunlight, and harsh chemicals. Using acid-free holders or airtight capsules can help preserve the coin's value over time. The United Kingdom 1970 10 new pence coin in fine condition is more than just a piece of currency. It's a window into a transformative period of British history. With its beautiful design, historical significance, and rarity, it has become a prized addition for collectors around the world. Its value continues to rise, reflecting both its scarcity and the growing interest in decimal-era coins. If you're fortunate enough to own one of these coins, treasure it carefully, and consider the potential for it to become a centerpiece in your collection. Next up, the 1976 edition of the 10 new pence coin from the United Kingdom. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a newcomer to the world of coins, this piece is worthy of your attention. We will explore the history and background of the coin, the unique features that set it apart, its rarity and collector demand, current market values in US dollars, useful tips for collectors, and finally a wrap-up with key takeaways. So let's get started. The 10 new pence coin was introduced to the United Kingdom as part of the decimalisation of the British currency system. The move away from the old pounds, shillings and pence system took effect in 1971, and the 10 new pence denomination represented 1/10 of a pound in the new system. The 1976 coin falls into the period when the coinage was still the larger size 28.5 mm diameter and made in cupronickel 75% copper, 25% nickel for circulation. According to cataloging, for the 1976 10 new pence the reported mintage is 228,220,000 coins. During this era, the coin's obverse featured the second portrait of Queen Elizabeth II and the reverse displayed the crown lion passant gardant, part of the English heraldic tradition, and the inscription, New Pence, above the denomination, 10. This coin thereby represents a key transitional period in British numismatics, a large format decimal coin, in circulation. In a nation adjusting to a new currency system, and thus holds both historical and collecting interest. One of the first things to note is the size. The 1976 10 new pence has a large diameter of 28.5 mm and weight 11.31 g. The material is cupronickel, which gives it a characteristic appearance and feel distinct from later reduced size versions. The edge is milled. The obverse of the coin carries Queen Elizabeth II's second portrait designed by Arnold Mackin and the legend, Elizabeth II DG Reg FD 1976. The reverse designed by Christopher Ironside features the crown lion passant gardant and the words, New Pence, above the number 10, in the center. Another feature to underline, the legend uses New Pence, rather than the later 10 pence, or 10 pence, wording, which is significant because after a redesign in later years, the wording and formats changed. Also, the large size version of the 10p coin was withdrawn in favor of a smaller version in 1992. Finally, because this is a circulated coin from 1976, where intoning will affect its appearance, collectors often look for clear detail on the lion, the wording and the portrait, all indicators of how well the piece has held up. If there were over 228 million minted in 1976, is this coin really? Especially when condition is above average. As mentioned, the mintage was 228,220,000 for 1976. What drives collector interest is a combination of factors: the transitional era status large format decimal coin, the change in design in later years, and the fact that circulated examples in good condition are less common than you might think after decades of handling. Moreover, collectors often prefer coins with strong detail, minimal wear, decent toning, and no major damage. While I could not locate a widely publicized, record-setting, auction price for a circulated 1976 10 new pence coin, price guides indicate that for circulated condition coins from that year, values are modest but can increase in high grades. In summary, while this coin is not ultra-rare compared to era coins or other low-mintage issues, it enjoys steady collector demand, particularly in higher conditions, and its value has potential to appreciate over time, especially in markets where British decimal coins are collected internationally. Let's talk numbers. According to the price guide by Numismaster for the 1976 10 new pence, the circulated guide values are very modest. In grades such as good to fine you might see values of around $117,500. However, where the condition moves toward extremely fine or better, and if the coin is well preserved with strong strike and minimal circulation wear, you might encounter listings in the tens of dollars range. One listing I found had a price tag around US $121,000, though again, this may not reflect what the coin actually sold for. So for a circulated 1976 10 new pence, a realistic expectation might be US $127,500 for typical examples, perhaps US $136,000 for above average quality, and potentially more if the coin has exceptional pedigree or condition. While you're unlikely to find this coin selling for thousands of dollars in its circulated state, it remains a collectible and the value upside exists, especially with condition and rarity factors. Here are some practical tips if you're considering acquiring the 1976 10 new pence coin, or assessing one you already have. Given the large mintage, the differentiator will often be strike quality, surface preservation, absence of heavy wear or damage, and minimal cleaning. A circulated coin that still shows strong detail on the lion and lettering will command more interest. Cleaning can reduce value, as can deep scratches or corrosion. Opt for coins with natural toning and minimal marks. While the 1976 version doesn't have a mint mark that strongly affects value, being aware of any die varieties or mint anomalies is useful. Sometimes unlisted varieties can fetch premiums. Don't rely solely on asking prices. Use reputable price guides and auction house data where available. Note the price guide shows modest values for this year. If purchasing from abroad, factor in shipping and potential customs, and consider getting the coin graded by a recognized service if you believe it may be top tier to help provenance and value. Keep the coin in a stable environment, avoid handling directly with bare fingers, and consider archival safe flips or capsules. The broader interest in British decimal coinage has grown. While the 1976 10 new pence may not be the headline, big money, coin, it may benefit from general market interest in UK decimal coin series and completist collectors seeking full sets. The 1976 10 new pence coin of the United Kingdom holds a unique place in the realm of decimal coinage. Its large format design, historical context of decimalization, and enduring collector interest make it a worthwhile addition to many collections. While it doesn't carry the ultra-high values of extremely rare coins, in circulated condition and especially good condition it offers sound value, a piece of history, and potential for appreciation. Next up, we're diving into a fascinating piece of British numismatic history, the 1968 large-size 10 new pence coin from the United Kingdom. The 1968 10 new pence. If you're a coin collector or just curious about rare coins, you're in for an interesting ride. We'll explore everything from historical context to design details, rarity and demand, auction values in US dollars, and finally some tips for collectors. Let's get started. The 1968 10 new pence coin marks an important milestone in the UK's transition to decimal currency. Prior to decimalization, the UK used the system of pounds, shillings and pence. With the move towards the new system, the UK government and the Royal Mint introduced the 10 new pence coin in April 1968, alongside the 5 pence piece, as the first decimal coins ahead of full changeover in 1971. The coin was effectively a direct replacement for the old 2-shilling piece in terms of size and value. The large size of the 1968 10 new pence stayed in circulation until the size was reduced in 1992, with the older version being demonetized on June 30, 1993. So this coin sits right at the start of the decimal era, making it historically significant for British coinage. This 1968 10 new pence coin has several interesting features. First, composition and dimensions. From 1968 to 1992, the 10 pence coin was made from cupronickel 75% copper, 25% nickel, and weighed approximately 11.3 g, with a diameter of about 28.5 millimeters. The obverse bears the second portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, by the sculptor Arnold Machin, and the reverse shows the Crown Lion of England. The wording on the coin reads, 10 new pence. The new was used on British decimal coins from 1971 until the early 1980s, when the term was dropped. Because it was the first year of issue for the 10 pence coin, the 1968 version holds extra appeal. It represents the beginning of a new coinage era. Now, what about rarity on the face of it? The mintage figure for the 1968 10 new pence coin is large, about 336,143,250 coins. So by sheer numbers, it's not extremely low mintage. However, rarity in coin collecting is a bit more nuanced. Condition, surviving numbers in high grades, demand, first-year status, and collector interest all matter. Collectors are especially drawn to uncirculated or mint-state examples in fine condition, with full details, minimal wear, original luster, and good strike. Because the coin circulated and remained in common use for many years, finding one in pristine, fine grade is a challenge, particularly one that hasn't been cleaned or damaged. As a first-year decimal coin, the 1968 version carries a historical premium beyond the circulation run of later years. So demand is higher, particularly for top-grade examples. Listings show some steep asking prices for what are described as rare 1968 10 new pence coins in very good condition. For example, one listing shows a circulation example described as rare 1968 Queen Elizabeth II 10 pence coin circulated nowhere's beautiful coin. The combination of first year, large size, condition scarcity and collector demand gives the 1968 10 new pence coin genuine collectible interest. Let's take a look at the current market value, noting that values vary dramatically depending on condition, certification, provenance, and whether it's circulated or uncirculated. According to one price guide, the 1968 10 new pence shows the mintage and basic value listing but not large premiums for high-grade examples. On popular online marketplaces, standard circulated examples can be listed in the modest range of few US dollars to $121,000, especially in average condition. But listings for coins described as rare, in uncirculated or high grade, show asking prices of hundreds of US dollars. For example, one listing showed as 1968 Great Britain 10 pence new Queen Elizabeth coin, KM 912. Therefore, for a fine or very fine circulated coin you might expect perhaps US $145,000, while for uncirculated / top-graded examples the price could escalate into the hundreds or thousands of US dollars, depending on grade and market. It's important to stress this is not guaranteed, values fluctuate, and high grades must be verified by trusted grading companies. Given the large mintage, this coin will never reach ultra-rare valuations like bespoke era coins or very low mintage issues. But for many collectors it's a desirable piece and a first year Coin, so the premium is meaningful. If you are considering collecting the 1968 10 new pence coin or already have one, here are some tips to help you make a smart acquisition. Look for minimal wear, sharp details, no major scratches or cleaning marks, and preferably original luster. Coins described as fine condition among collectors mean better than average for this series. If buying a high-grade example, consider coins graded by professional services, e.g., Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, professional coin grading service. That reduces risk of overpaying for a misrepresented grade, because this is a popular collectible. Fakes or altered coins exist. Confirm weight, diameter, metal composition, cupronickel, and check for any signs of tampering. Even though the coin is from a large mintage year, finding uncirculated examples is difficult. Set realistic expectations for value based on its condition. Proper storage in coin capsules, avoiding environmental damage, will preserve value. A good provenance or known grading adds to market trust. Review recent auction results for similar year and grade coins to get a sense of market price, rather than relying solely on asking listings, which may be optimistic. Particularly for high-quality specimens, price appreciation may depend on collector demand and condition scarcity over time, so holding may be worthwhile rather than expecting immediate large returns. The 1968 large-size 10 new pence coin from the UK is a historically significant and collectible coin thanks to its status as the first year of the decimal 10 pence, its legacy size, and condition-driven scarcity among top grades. While its mintage is large, over 300 million, and so it does not qualify as ultra-rare, for the collector who wants a meaningful piece of UK decimal coinage, it's a worthwhile acquisition. Values for average circulated examples remain modest, but strong examples in fine or uncirculated condition can command significantly higher premiums, potentially hundreds or more US dollars depending on grade and market. As always, condition, authenticity, certification, and timing matter. If you're collecting, look at this coin as a worthwhile first year trophy piece rather than a get-rich-quick jackpot. Next up, we're diving into the United Kingdom's 10 new pence coin from 1976, especially in very fine condition. While it may be the rarest coin in British numismatics, its story, design, and collector demand make it worth a closer look, and you might be surprised at what it's worth in today's market. To understand the 1976 10 new pence, we need a little context. The 10 new pence coin was introduced in 1968, during a time when the UK was transitioning its currency system. The term, new pence, was used on the coins in the early years to reflect the change from the old pre-decimal currency. The 1976 issue features Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, and it was minted at the Royal Mint in Lantricent. By 1976, the coin had already been in circulation for nearly a decade, and that year's mintage was 228,220,000 pieces. This was relatively high, reflecting that the coin was very much a common circulation piece at the time. The composition is copper nickel, weighing 11.31 grams with a diameter of 28.50 millimeters. Now, what makes the 1976 10 new pence coin distinctive in terms of design and physical characteristics? First, on the obverse, you have a right-facing bust of Queen Elizabeth II, with the legend Elizabeth II DG Reg FD 1976, meaning by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. On the reverse, the coin displays the denomination, new pence above the numeral 10. The edge is reeded, a feature that was common in many decimal coins. The coin designers were Christopher Ironside and Arnold Mackin, well known for their work on British decimal-era coinage. Its copper-nickel composition gives it a solid, somewhat hefty feel in hand, and its size and weight make it easily distinguishable from smaller decimals. All of these qualities contribute to why coin collectors appreciate this type of piece. Despite its large mintage, the 1976 10 pence in very fine condition holds a unique place for collectors. According to Pheronym, the 1976 10 new pence is categorized as common, given the huge number minted. So what drives demand for it? Well, not rarity in the sense of low numbers, but collector demand lies in condition, age, and completeness. Many collectors aim to assemble full-year sets of British decimal coins, and the 1976 10p is a key year especially for sets that cover the early years of decimal coinage. Also, some collectors may be chasing grades, coins in very fine or higher condition from that era are less common in well-cared-for collections, because many of these coins saw heavy circulation in their day. There may also be interest from people who collect as a way to preserve a piece of British monetary history, rather than speculating purely on value. Given all that, what is the 1976 10 new pence coin worth today, especially in very fine condition? According to Pheronym, the value for this year is very modest, about $127,500 in their price model. Its value for various grades, for a very fine coin, it's pegged around $130,000. That would translate to roughly $135,600, depending on current exchange rates. On the dealer front, Coins, a well-known numismatic marketplace, has offered a 1976 10 pence in circulated condition for about US $156,700. That higher number likely reflects not just the face value, but the listing markup, shipping, and premium for coins sold by specialist dealers. In more collectible grades, it's possible that coins in very fine or extremely fine condition fetch somewhat more on secondary markets, but there's no broad evidence of large, auction-level premiums for this particular date, especially compared to truly rare or era coins. While there is collector interest, it's not a high-ticket, high-dollar coin in most cases. If you're a coin collector or thinking of becoming one, here are some practical tips when dealing with a 1976 UK 10 new pence. Since many 1976 10 pence coins were circulated, try to find ones in very fine or better condition if you're aiming for value, or for filling out a set. Like with all coins, touch them by the edges, especially if they're in better condition, to avoid fingerprints, wear, or damage. It's always good practice to buy from reputable dealers. Ask for documentation, and compare design details to trusted references. Decide whether you're collecting for sentimental or historical reasons, or for investment. For many decimal-era British coins, the value won't skyrocket, but they have long-term numismatic appeal. Use coin flips, albums, or certified slabs to preserve condition. Humidity and rough handling can damage older copper-nickel coins. Even though online listings give a snapshot, auction results from major numismatic auction houses are the best way to understand real market demand, especially for higher-grade examples. The 1976 United Kingdom 10 new pence is a rare, era coin, or ultra-limited issue, but it remains a meaningful piece of British decimal coinage history. With a high mintage of over 228 million, it's far from scarce, yet in very fine condition, it draws steady interest from collectors building out decade sets or preserving historical coins. Its current market value in US dollars is modest, often under $1 by standard catalog estimates, though dealers may list individual coins for more depending on grade and demand. If you're collecting, focus on condition, authenticity, and preserving your pieces properly. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into British coins, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more numismatic content. And if you drop a comment below, what condition is it in, and how did you come by it? Until next time, happy coin hunting!